Would you believe that behind a star's smile lies a pain so deep it can't be hidden? The entertainment world is indeed glittering, full of bright lights, cheering fans, and deafening applause. But behind the scenes, there are wounds, tears, and even betrayals that can shatter the soul. This is the heartbreaking story of Xiao Zhan, a beloved idol who was nearly destroyed by a storm of gossip and controversy he never chose. This story begins in the glory years when Xiao Zhan's name soared thanks to the drama The Untamed. Along with Wang Yibo, they formed a duo that was not only popular on screen, but also in the hearts of millions of fans worldwide. Their friendship became a symbol of strength, togetherness, and hope. But with their growing popularity, a dark shadow loomed. Xiao Zhan, with all his innocence, never imagined that he would become the victim of a major storm of controversy. Baseless rumors began to emerge, cornering his name. Social media, once a warm home for fans, turned into a battlefield filled with insults and abuse. A fan war erupted, anonymous accounts emerged, and his every move seemed to be watched with malicious intent. At that moment, many wondered, where is Wang Yibo? Why does he seem so silent? Is the close friendship on screen just a mere illusion? These questions hung in the air, while Xiao Zhan struggled alone in the face of a storm that nearly destroyed everything. Little did many know, but behind Wang Yibo's silence lurked immense pressure from those in power. Contracts, companies, and significant interests prevented him from speaking out. He was caught in a dilemma, protecting his best friend or safeguarding his rising career. An impossible choice that left his heart broken. Xiao Zhan, on the other hand, lived his days in fear. He was even reportedly on the verge of despair, feeling alone, and without a way out. But it was precisely at this point that his true fans showed their strength. With tears and prayers, they sent support, wrote loving messages, and refused to give in to the tide of hatred. But the pressure persisted. Several of Xiao Zhan's projects were postponed, contracts were frozen, and there were even reports that several major brands withdrew for fear of being dragged into controversy. A life that was once full of light suddenly felt dark. Many worried that this tragic fate would bury his talent forever. Amidst the storm, surprising news broke. Wang Yibo finally gave a signal. He might not have spoken publicly, but through small actions, he showed his solidarity. Whether it was through cryptic words in interviews or choices of behavior perceived as a sign of support. Fans caught every detail, every movement, every gesture, and they believed Yibo had never abandoned Xiao Zhan. A short sentence uttered at an event shook the public. When asked about friendship, Wang Yibo simply replied softly, "There are things that cannot be said, but are always in the heart." The sentence was enough to bring tears to fans' eyes. They knew he was talking about Xiao Zhan. Although simple, the statement was like a drop of water in the desert. Fans felt that true friends remain friends, even when the world tries to separate them. And for Xiao Zhan himself, even the smallest bit of support from Wang Yibo meant so much. It was a reminder that he was not truly alone. But the road to recovery was not easy. Xiao Zhan had to rebuild his reputation, step by step. He began taking on new projects, performing cautiously, and proving that his true talent could not be extinguished by hatred. Although the wounds remained, he learned to stand tall, facing the future with renewed courage. Many say that this storm actually made him stronger. He learned who was truly on his side, who was just there to ride on his popularity, and who would stab him in the back. From this tragedy, Xiao Zhan discovered the true meaning of friendship. And Wang Yibo? He continued to walk his own path, but the shadow of his friendship with Xiao Zhan never faded. Every time they shared a stage, even without words, the look in their eyes was enough to assure fans. The bond was still there. Today, when we see Xiao Zhan smile again, many may not realize how deep the wounds he harbors are. But beneath it all lies a story of resilience, loyalty, and hope. Proof that even when the world tries to tear you down, a sincere heart will always find a way. The fans who once cried for him can now be proud. They have witnessed not only suffering, but also revival. They know that the struggle to support an idol is not just about buying tickets or albums, but about persevering when the idol is at their lowest. Now, Xiao Zhan shines again. Although his path is no longer the same, he stands stronger. And behind the scenes, Wang Yibo remains a silent supporter. The two seem to be united by fate, tested by storms, but never truly separated. The question of will Wang Yibo finally speak up may never be clearly answered. But for those who believe, the answer lies in small actions, in a togetherness that is difficult to extinguish, and in a heart that never betrays. And for Xiao Zhan, despite being nearly destroyed by tragedy, he emerged stronger. Not just as an artist, but also as a human being who understands the meaning of pain, friendship, and struggle. So, when we look at his smile today, let's never forget that behind that smile are tears that have fallen, wounds that nearly destroyed him, but also an invincible strength. This is the true story of a star that nearly faded, but returned to shine brighter than ever. But what many don't realize is how that event changed Xiao Zhan's outlook on life. He was no longer an innocent figure simply chasing his dreams on the entertainment stage, but rather someone tempered by storms, forced to see the true face of the entertainment world, full of intrigue. From there, he learned that fame is a double-edged sword. It can lift him to the skies, but it can also bring him down in an instant. Meanwhile, her relationship with Wang Yibo remains a major question mark among the public. Although the two are rarely seen together in public, rumors of their silent support continue to circulate. Some swear they saw them greeting each other warmly backstage, while others believe Yibo's silence is merely a form of protection, so as not to add to Xiao Zhan's burden. And sure enough, on rare occasions, that look is seen again. To observant fans, there's no hiding the sincerity in their eyes. It's as if there's a secret language that only two hearts that have weathered storms together can understand. Without words, without confession, everything is clear enough. Perhaps that's why their story is so memorable. It's not just about popularity, not just about the drama project that catapulted them to fame, but about how friendship is tested in the darkest moments. About how silence can be the loudest voice, and how loyalty survives despite the pressures of the world. Now, whenever Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo's names are mentioned, fans remember not only their past glory, but also their struggles. The tears they once shed are now replaced by smiles of emotion. They know that, despite their different paths in life, there is a bond that cannot be erased. And therein lies the beauty of this story. Two stars who were once nearly extinguished, but instead shine brighter because they endured the darkness together.